What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here on Mock Draft Monday. Today I'm drafting from the 102 half-point PPR. Just want to shout out Warren Musgrave 662. He is the one that requested in the comments to do the mock draft from the 102. That is why you comment, guys. I respond to every single comment. So if you want to see a video, you've got some thoughts, whatever it may be, you've got a question, drop those in the comment section and they will get answered. You could be the shout out on the next video. Okay, I don't need teams, but let's get the cheat sheets and rankings on here. Okay, so basically to me, when you have the 102, I am just thinking I'm taking Jamar Chase if he's there. And after that, I am going to take Saqoun Barkley. I do understand, he is a little bit older. He has had a ton of touches. But again, if you give me a 2,000-yard rusher, I'm going to take him. I do think if Bijan if his quarterback was a little bit more seasoned, if we've seen, Michael Penix maybe perform for half a year, I might be more in on him. But the lack of sample size is what really concerns me there and makes me too afraid to pull the trigger on him. For him to be the number one overall pick as running back, that offense needs to be really good. And I just haven't seen enough for Michael Penix to be as confident as I am in the Eagles' offense of that aspect, and their offensive line is just phenomenal. Okay, so taking a look at who is still out there, Trey McBride is still out there, and he is going to be the selection for me. He's just a lot better than a lot of these other players. He's in a tier above them to me. And then T. Higgins got back to me. I'm going to take him as my wide receiver 1. I already have, Saqoun Barkley and Trey McBride, so a really good pass catcher at the tight end position, but let me go get a guy who can have double-digit touchdowns and well over 1,000 yards with that connection with Joe Burrow. So you can see the team here. We got one of each so far to start. Let's take a look at the draft board, too, just so people can see kind of how things have been going so far. Okay, so we got the short pick again. Going to get 2 picks here. This one is tough for me because there's a lot of players I do really like right here. Okay. You know what? I'm going to take Omarion Hampton first. I just think to give him his upside as my RB2, I think he's going to be fine as a running back 2 at the beginning of the season. I think he could develop into an RB1 by the end of the season. The guy I thought about taking ahead of him was indeed Marvin Harrison, who got drafted. That's a bummer, but there's some other wide receivers I still like on the board. I'm going to go ahead and take Devonta Smith here. I think he's a safe pick at this point in the draft. He's never really finished this low. And the player that I wanted to get back to me as well, Jameson Williams, got back to me around 6, so we're going to jump all over that, throw him in my flex. Feel really good about the pass catchers I've been able to load up on so far. And then I'm going to go ahead and take another rookie running back in Kaleb Johnson in round 7. I'm really excited about the way this draft has turned out so far. This has been a good one from the 102. You can see we've got really good pass catchers, and I like the running back depth we have as well. Obviously, Saquon's a hero running back, and then we've got some guys as rookies I think will get a lot more valuable as the season goes on, and we have enough pass catchers to be able to make up for whatever that lack of running back 2 production is at the early stages of the season. But taking a look at who is still out on the board, Javonte Williams should be a pretty safe player this year just because they need him so bad. Gosh, this is tough. I'm going to go ahead and select Justin Herbert here. Get my first quarterback just because I'm not in love with either of those 2 players. Then we go ahead and take rookie Pearsall. I think he has a lot of upside on that 49ers team, the way their passing depth chart is breaking down right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Josh Downs as well, a guy we've seen have some success over spurts of his career. I think he's a talented player. I think a lot of it has to do with the supporting system around him. Obviously they struggle at the quarterback position. But I think if Daniel Jones is started there for a good chunk of the season, which I think is a decent probability of happening, he could be, end up having a very good season. Okay. shout out to our – actually, we'll wait one more round on that. We're going to go ahead and take Jalen Wright here just because I think he has a lot of upside as the backup to Devonta Achane. And then we're going to go ahead and take Marshawn Lloyd, another guy who's, I think, a lot of upside. And if you check out the sleeper videos, he was in that video. I'll break down a lot more information on him, why I believe so much in Marshawn Lloyd heading into this next fantasy football season. And then, let's see, we've got 1 pick left or 2 picks. Give me a Puka, rookie wide receiver, another guy I think could be very valuable. First round pick they were able to get in round 13. That's a great value, especially when you consider how much older, the injury history that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin have. I really like that pick in round 13. So let's discuss the roster here real quick. We got Justin Herbert, Saqoun, Barkley, Omarion, Hampton, T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Trey McBride, Jameson, Williams. Then we got Kaleb Johnson, Ricky Pearsall, Josh Downs, Jalen Wright, Marshawn Lloyd, and Mika Ibuke. I'm not going to lie, guys. This might be my favorite team that I've drafted all year. If I was in a real draft, I'd have a few more rounds. I'd throw another quarterback like a Brock Purdy on the end of my bench or a Jordan Love for that upside. And I like, with 2 quarterbacks, you can do some things. But I feel really good about those pass catchers. T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Trey McBride, Jameson Williams. I was able to get Devonta Smith and Jameson Williams around 5 and 6 respectively. But I think that I'm very comfortable having either of those guys in my wide receiver 2 or throwing them in a flex, obviously, like we did in this team. When you get the Trey McBride at round 2, that stud pass catcher is going to catch 100 passes at the tight end position and has a ton of touchdown upside this season. When you look at his usage rate compared to the touchdowns that he's had so far in the league, that number is going to go up. It's bound to. The upside of a Kaleb Johnson, Ricky Pearsall, Downs, Jalen Wright. I really like the upside if we have our guys on our bench at that running back and wide receiver position as well. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. The whole reason we did this draft from the 102 is because somebody made a comment, which I loved. And leave one, and you could be in the next video. So thank you guys for watching.